approach is creating new knowledge. An investment is a knowledge that pays the best interest. Good evening to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for the seventh day of the 1 week faculty development program on nuances in research, writing a research article. I'm delighted to introduce the research person for the day, Dr. G. Vijayakumar sir, Assistant Professor and Research Supervisor, Satyagraya College, Chennai. He is a dedicated educationalist with 23 years of experience in this field. He is a recognized research supervisor for PhD at Satyagraya College, Chennai. He has over 50 publications in national and international journals such as UTC, Scopus, etc., and also published various books. He has also participated in enormous number of seminars, workshops, national and international conferences, and have presented various papers. He has been a resource person in various workshops, FDPs, and conferences, and for distance MBA program, University of Madras, Bharatiyar University, and Annamalai University. He holds guideship for MBA projects in University of Madras. He had a role as an editorial board member and review member in various journals. Thank you for accepting our invitation for being a part of this program, sir. Thank you so much. You can take over the session, sir.
Thank you very much for your brief introduction about me. See, before starting the session, no, the first I extend my sincere thanks to the management of Christmas College, the principal, head of the department, and the IQC members, IQC team. Thank you all for giving the wonderful opportunity, the one-day session, research literature survey, and sampling techniques. Shall I start now? This thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can.
Yeah. The first I extend my sincere thanks to the principal of the college, Madam, and head of the department for creating me the wonderful opportunity to give a 1 hour lecture about the literature survey and sampling technique. This is a really interesting area also. Of course, the research, my outcome may be helpful to the people who are pursuing the research. No? It's helpful to the research scholars. Yeah. First, the literature survey, what does it mean? The literature survey. Why the literature survey is we doing? Before we start any research, first we are going to start the literature survey. What is the purpose? Why we are creating the literature survey? Ma, is audible?
Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
Bah. In research process, the literature survey is very important one. See, the literature survey helps to familiarize the research area as well as to find out the research problem. Based on the research problem, we can develop the objectives as well as development of hypothesis, everything. This is the fundamental one. But many of the scholars they feel that no literature survey is a simple one. No, literature survey we have to dedicate our involvement. Otherwise, no, we can't do that. See, we have to clearly review the papers in case any area we are searching, in case any area we choose that area papers we have to go through the nook and corner. Then only we can easily understand as well as the develop the knowledge in that particular field. Based on that one, no, we can develop the problem of the study. That is the purpose. Okay, I share my screen to all of you. Sorry. One sec. Okay, so I think so. Some problem. Yeah, the first now first we discussed about the what is the literature survey, how the literature survey is important research process. We are going to discuss one by one. Literature review, the literature survey. The literature review is a survey of scholarly sources such as books, journal articles, and thesis, and published or unpublished dissertation work. So, in case, for example, we are choosing consumer behavior about the grain products. So we have to read the earlier publications related to the consumer behavior about the grain products. So we have to see the literature and identify the areas, what are the areas that people have been touched and what are the areas that people are not touched. So we are going to focus that area, the untouched area. Based on that untouched area, we have to find out the research gap. So review is a survey of scholarly sources. See, we can source the literature survey, some the well-reputed journals, like we can access the Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed. These are all the areas we can focus and get the information. See, the purpose of what is the purpose of literature survey? See, I already told very clearly, literature survey is one of the important aspects in research process. Literature survey is very helpful to the researcher to familiarize the research area as well as to identify the variables. Based on that identification of variables, we can prepare the questionnaire. Based on the rough preparation of questionnaire, even we can go for the pilot study also. This is the fundamental one. The main purpose of literature survey is to gain an understanding of the existing research, to gain understanding and familiarize about the present research area. It will give the immense knowledge about the current area as well as also helpful to the identify the research variables. What are the areas they studied? What are the areas they are not studied? Because the areas are not studied, that areas we have to choose and identify that. Then discuss the relevant to a particular topic. The relevant studies we have to study. That is very important. Literature survey, See, in case we are going to study about the consumer buying behavior towards organic food products, we have to focus only the consumer buying behavior towards the organic food product. The relevant literature we have to choose. We have to read. Then only we can get some knowledge about the research area. Then conducting a literature review helps to build the knowledge in that particular field. So people they can develop the knowledge in that particular area. Sources of literature survey. There are a lot of sources available. I already told you very clearly. The literature survey is important aspect. Many sources are available. For example, we can source the literature survey, some peer-reviewed research article, research paper, sorry. So that we can solve the study through the peer-reviewed journal of articles, edited academic books, articles in professional journals, statistical data from government websites like Statistic or like that, then website material from professional association. We can use that data as a literature survey. One of the important thing, whatever the literature survey you collected through the internet sources like Google Scholar, Scopus, whatever the thing you collected, that literature survey read and return. That is very important. Don't copy and paste the same words, that will show in plagiarism. That will show in plagiarism. You have to rewrite at the same time. You must give the credit to the particular author. Whatever the data you taken from the paper, whatever the data you taken from the books, anything, that content has to be sourced properly. That is very important. Without sourcing, the data leads the plagiarism. That is ethically is not good. So the research scholars, please mind it very clearly. Whatever the data you are sourced from somewhere else, that data should be cited properly. That is very important. So we can access the literature survey, peer-reviewed journal articles, academic books, articles in professional journals, statistical data from government website from the professional associations. We can access the data. Then the important thing that we need to review the paper and take the important content and what is the findings. That findings has been arranged properly. Then, for the introduction part, in case we are taking some topic, consumer buying behavior towards organic food products. First, we have to explain the earlier research publications about the consumer behavior, about the organic food product. That content, that output has to be quoted properly, line by line. We have to quote it. Then, no, what is the reason we are executing the present study? Then what is the importance of we are executing the present study? Then objectives, hypothesis we can frame. So the fundamental thing, without literature survey, without extensive literature survey, you can't. You can't write anything about that introduction, problem, identification of variable. So the literature survey is one of the important aspect. See, literature survey literature survey, we can so I tell you one small technique how we are going to access the literature service. See, just you go the Google Scholar website. I share the screen now. One second. Just you open the Google Scholar. Just sorry. So now the literature survey, we can easily extract from the Google Scholar. We can access the scholarly papers. Some papers, the PDFs are available. Some papers only abstracts are available. That no, whatever the paper PDFs available, just to download the PDFs. All the PDFs you download and keep it separate folder. Then you upload somewhere else, like the software, citation tool software, like Mendeley, EndNotes, even the Word also we can copy these things and all that. Then we can easily cite the citations. Yes, the conducting a literature review, the what will give the literature survey to the scholars. See, the first one, background knowledge in the field of inquiry. We can get the background knowledge about the inquiry of that particular field. The facts, the whatever the facts available in that particular area, that fact is also available. Then parameters in the field, most important, that idea, theory, question, then helpful to develop the hypothesis. In your research work, you can frame null hypothesis as well as hypothesis, H0 or H1. So null as well as alternate hypothesis you can frame, whatever the thing you want, you can frame. But these are the you want to do the frame the literature hypothesis, the basic literature survey is required. Without the literature survey, you cannot frame these. These are the problem of the study, objectives, hypothesis, as well as even you cannot frame the methodology also. So this one is a very important aspect in the research process. See the outline of review process. What are the outline it will give? The review process, the first one, the identification of your research problem, which topic or field is being examined, and what are its component issues? What are its component issues? For example, consumer satisfaction, consumer buying behavior toward the organic food products. We have to segregate the different types of weights. What are the factors influencing consumer to purchase the organic products? The attitude towards the purchase of organic food products, satisfaction about the organic food products, then preference of buying organic food products, like that. We have to segregate the headings and collect the literature survey. That has to be chronologically ordered, chronologically ordered in research survey. Finally, that will helpful to you for creating the research gap. Creating the research gap. Then what are the see? I already told you, know, in Google Scholar we have a very good platform collect the literature survey. Google Scholar, the open access one. Anybody have the Google account, they can go and visit the Google Scholar account. They can extract the abstract as well as papers. Some of the journals, they are giving the free access journal. Some of the journal, the paid versions are available. The paid versions we can eliminate. The free version, no, free version papers even you can download. So my sincere suggestion to all of you, the research scholar, better you join the research gate. Research gate, in case related to research paper, no, you can access the research gate. In case they are not giving the paper, no, you can just send the mail and collect the papers, then use the paper in your study. That will helpful to you. So the research scholar, to join the research gate you can collect it. Even I can give you one more suggestion. The research scholar, you can join the British Library, very minimum charges, lot of sources available for collecting literature survey. Here Chennai is available. You join the British Library, you can access the literature survey freely. Easily you can get it. So lot of journals available. Even you can go there, access the papers, you can get it. American Library, British Library, like that. Then another important aspect in the references should be saved properly. In case in case we are collecting the literature survey through the Google Scholar, all the abstracts and all that, you collect it and paste it somewhere else. Then keep the references in separate folder. Keep the references in separate folder. That will helpful to you at the end of the research. Already I told you, the credit has to be given properly. Without giving the credit, no, that is unethical aspect. That is unethical aspect. We must give the credit to the authors. That is very important one. Then how we are going to construct the literature survey. How we are going to construct the literature survey. In introduction to the first one, the literature review. Now, in case the PhD research scholar, they are writing literature survey. First, they have to keep the heading, then introduction about the literature review. What they are going to discuss about this topic. This chapter discuss so and so thing, so and so area. The purpose of literature survey to identification of variables as well as to familiarize the research area. So the research area, will helpful to the scholars to identify the variables also. So we need to organize properly. We need to organize the literature survey properly. You some of them know, some are depends upon the guides, depends upon the examiners. See, you arrange descending order or ascending order. Finally, that has to be properly mentioned your research gap of the present study. That is very important. Yes, please. Yeah. Is it? Can you visible? Is it visible? My screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. For example, I am going to search the literature survey, consumer. Sure. So I'm planning to conduct the literature survey in the area of consumer buying behavior on organic food products. For, for that purpose, I opened the Google Scholar, the consumer buying behavior on organic food products endorsed. Now the screen is open. Now the screen is open. The huge volume of papers available. Huge volume of papers available. You know, though the Google Scholar that will help the scholar the custom range. Just you put now, for example, if you want to see the papers in the year 2020, just search. Around 17,500 papers are available. In the 2020, consumer buying behavior toward the organic food products, around 17,500 papers available. In 2020 alone, in 2020 alone, 17,500 papers available. So now you have to check it. For example, the first paper on consumer buying behavior and purchase intention of organic food product, a conceptual framework. They done a research in the area of conceptual framework about the organic food product and purchase intention, the conceptual framework. So just you click that. See, the abstract is available. See, the abstract is available. What their findings, this is the findings. The impact of consumer, psychographic, socioeconomic, and product related area. This is the finding. Just you copy that findings. Just you copy that finding. How do you cite the paper? Here, the site option is available. Check it. The site option is available. So just you click that. Lot of methods are there. MLA method, APA method, Chicago, Harvard, Anchor method. Lot of options available. In case of course, we are going to show only the APA side. Just to click there, right click and copy and open separate Word document and keep the words separately. And keep the words separately. Keep the words separately like that. No, anything, any paper. For example, next. No, you want to see the papers in the year 2019. Just you put it 2019, 2019, and search. Click search. So the 18,600 papers are available. 18,600 papers available. My sincere advice to all of you, in case you are collecting the literature survey, you cite only the top class journals like Francis and Taylor, Emerald, InterScience, Springer, Sage, Indian Journal of Marketing, Indian Journal of Management. They don't take any the local paper and all that. My sincere advice to all of you, you please select the top class journal publications, top class books, things only you cite. They really do well, so you can get some knowledge about the reading of the paper. It's okay. So just whatever the thing you want, the options are there. Even you can save. You want to save the file, no? Just you click save. Yeah, it will give the opportunity to create separate library. Create new like that Krishna Swami College. Okay, that will save. Already framed. Then the third paper, this one, this paper also useful, Just to click save. Automatically, the see the Krishna Swami College option done. Saved. Then fourth paper, just you click save. Automatically, that reviews, the references will be saved. So easily saved. So it can be very easy way. It can be very easy way we can do it. Also, one more thing is available. The thing, the Mendeley desktop is a open access platform. We can use that. Even we can use it for literature survey and citation purpose also. Citation purpose also. Wait, I show you how it has to be thing. I show you my Mendeley account how we are going to use the literature survey. Okay, the Mendeley desktop now. Yeah, yeah, I'll share it. I'll share the. Yeah, sorry, I could not. I'm not that much familiar. See, the Mendeley desktop is a free software, elsewhere product. Even now that everybody can open the account without charging free access. Free access. You can use it very easy method. You can develop the literature survey. See, we open the Wendy account. As it is, whatever the things they require now, just you register, open the Mendeley account. All the documents, all the documents should upload in Mendeley account. Where whatever the thing you want in literature survey, just you write. Just you write and simply put it the citation. Simply put the citation. So at the end of the literature survey, you can simply just click, all the citations will be cited properly in your document. So this is a thing. See, my sincere advice, my sincere suggestion to all of you, the research scholar who are participating in this program. See, the literature survey is one of the important aspects. We must collect the literature survey in the proper way. The literature survey is a very helpful to the familiarizing research area. Familiarize the research area so we can get some knowledge. See, the research area will give the to familiarize the research area as well as to identify the research variable. Research variable. We have the lot of open sources are available. Lot of open sources available. See the Google Scholar you can easily get through. Google Scholar you can easily get the literatures. Even we can access the Scopus database also. Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed. Yeah. See, one of my friend asking to show the mentally desktop in screen. One sec, my dear friends. Please wait. One of my friend asked me through the mentally desktop where I have to share, how I have to share. I don't know. Hmm. One sec. I'm sorry, I could not share my mentally desktop in this thing, I don't know why. Wait. Sorry, I could not share my mentally. Sorry. Hmm. Any support is available there? Is it possible? Can I share? Sorry, I could not share my mentally account. It's okay. Then effective literature review, the place each work in the context of its contribution to the understanding of the subject under review. See what the exact the content, the exact findings of the reviews we must shown in the area, literature survey area, and describe the relationship of each work and others under consideration, identifies new ways to interpret and shed light on any gaps in previous research, resolves conflicts among the seemingly contradictory previous studies. Even we can compare with the previous studies. That will give the effective literature review. Yeah, the citation management tool, managing the references you can find, use in your review will take a significant amount of work. Using a citation management tool like reference works, EndNote will save you much time and effort. Already I told you, the citation tools managers lot of lot of types, lot of citation management system available, but these are all the paid version. EndNote, these are all the paid versions, but mentally desktop is the free one. That is the free software. You can download whatever the data they require. Just you give the input, you can start the mentally account. But using mentally account, very easy. At the same time, save the times also. Whatever the PDFs available, PDF of the papers available, just you upload the papers in PDF. Just you upload the papers in PDF, and whatever the content you want to know, you can get it. You can get it. Then share it. So these are the things. Then end of the research chapter, literature usually the people know they put the second chapter in literature survey, or some of the guys, some of the examiners they are recommending put in the literature survey in first one. In case you are writing the research paper, in case you are focusing write any research paper, that paper first you should review the earlier publications. What are all the areas they touch? What are all the areas they are written? What area they focus? What their inferences reveals? These are all the things we have to show in our paper. Then we have to connect the significance of the study. That is very important in writing research article. In case the thesis writing, in thesis writing, we have to segregate the different heads in literature survey. The literature survey has been ascending order, either ascending order or descending order. You can fill it. Then finally, literature conclusion, and you have to write the research gap, the gap of the study. So the at the time of writing, at the time of writing research gap, we have to explain overall the infer these findings, overall infer these findings, overall infer these findings. That is the thing. We have to explain properly. For example, consumers are satisfied the organic food product, so and so reason. Overall point out that findings. We must mention that author's name at the time of summary. At the time of summary, we must mention everything, author's inferences at the end of the chapter. Then we must cite it there, author's name, and prepare the research gap. So, based on that research gap, how the research gap is helpful to the developer study? Yes, research gap give the enormous volume of tremendous volume of space for developer study. How? Research gap, the untouched area, unfocused area we identified. Based on that extensive literature survey, the untouched area we identified. That is the research gap. Based on the research gap, we have to develop the present study. Which area the authors are focused, what are the areas the authors are not focused. Authors not focused area, we have to pick that area and do the research, do the current research. So the research gap will helpful to you to frame the questionnaire, to frame the questionnaire. So already explained, literature survey clearly indicates, clearly substantiate the research scholar to familiarize the research area as well as the identification of research variables. So once the scholar is familiar with a particular area, particular concept, particular field, so he should be the authority of that area. He can give the lot of inputs. So scholar that area is familiarized. So what are the untouched area? That area he has to focus as objectives. That is the objective. For example, there are many studies conducted related to consumer satisfaction about the organic food products. Many papers are available. Lot of papers available. Yes. What can I do, sir? What I have to do the new research? Yes, you have the opportunity to start the new research. How we can continue as a further study as a gap analysis. What is the consumer expectation? What is the product is doing? Product is features is available. We can do the same way. If we any study, you can the gap analysis we can make it. Comparative study you can make it. Working woman or non-working woman, millennial customer, old age customer. Anyway, you can continue and study as a further research. So these are all the opportunity available. The research gap plays a very significant role for developing our personal study. Once the area is identified, the gap is identified, objectives framed, where we can develop our study as it is. We can develop our study in further model. So the research model, research gap, literature survey is very important. Finally, the identification of research gap also very important. Based on that research gap only, we can develop our study furthermore. Otherwise, we can't do. Without doing literature survey, even we can't do anything. We cannot familiar with the research area. We cannot identify the variable. We cannot get the much knowledge in the particular field. Nothing is there. Without a proper literature survey, the research scholar will be struggle like that. So he cannot do well. He cannot frame the questionnaire. He cannot identify the variable. Nothing. So research gap is a very important aspect in research process. It will support you. It will help you. It is very helpful to you develop the variables. So this is a starting point of the research process. So my humble request, all the research scholars, you please concentrate on more in preparing literature survey. These are the things very vital. Yes, literature survey, whatever the content available in website, whatever the content available in internet sources, just you copy and paste. Word, that leads lot of problem. You must need the whatever the content they publish. Whatever the content they publish, the content you have to read. What their inferences, that is very important. Keep the separate notebook, what their inferences, findings, you keep it. What are the variables you use? Where they extract the questionnaire. Even we can identify where they extract the variable. These are all the things we have to maintain separately. Then only we can develop. Then only we can develop. So the scholars, my humble request all of you, they are doing the literature survey, very important aspect. Just you read the papers, whatever the content available in internet sources, just you collect only open access papers, only open access paper. In case you closed access paper, just you join the research gate as a member. You send a mail. You send a mail or request them, sir, I am doing the research, so and so area. I need your paper for writing literature survey. Writing your paper, citing your paper. I need your paper to go through the paper. Just to send you mail in sorry, research gate. No, people definitely they share their paper. So you collect all whatever the PDFs available. Then you collect and read it, spend accordingly. Collecting literature survey during this period, preparing the literature survey in this period, reading the paper like that. No, you have to choose it. This is very important. Then a maximum you can collect your literature survey through the Google Scholar. Google Scholar is well enough. They are giving lot of papers available. Just in case only some of the papers they will publish in abstract only. Just you collect that abstract and references also is saved separate file. Whatever the things available that has to be, keep it in separate file. You can later on you can cite properly. These are all the ways we can easily collect the literature survey. After that, after collecting the literature survey in citation purpose, my sincere suggestion to all of you, advice to all of you research scholars, you can cite, you can use the software. Lots of tool manager. Mentally desktop, very easy and software one, very simple one, user friendly software. User friendly software, mentally desktop, free. You need not pay a single fee for that. Just you download it, whatever the data they require, just to fill it and do it. And do it. You can simply cite the paper. Your time is lot of time is saving. Lot of time is saving. So the people who are involving in research area, so my sincere suggestion to all of you, you please engage yourself in proper way. Engage yourself for collecting literature survey in proper way. The first you collect the data. Whatever the data you available in market sources, you please collect it and dump it on place. Then segregate. Which is important, which is unimportant. Unimportant paper, you simply reject that. Important paper, keep it separate folder and write one by one, year on year, year on year, year on year. Says segment wise, satisfaction, attitude, like that, factor. Segment wise, you segregate and create the literature survey. This is very helpful to you all for writing the literature survey. In case anybody feel very difficult, using mentally desktop, you please call me. I can rectify your queries over the phone also. Even I can help you through Google Meet also. So my humble request to all of you, please use the literature survey. So once again, I review all of the things. Literature survey. Literature survey is one of the important aspects in research process. It will give you the immense pleasure to familiarize the research area as well as to identify the research variable. Without research variables, no, we can keep it. Without research variables, no, we cannot frame the questionnaire. That is the purpose we are doing the literature survey. So first you collect whatever the data available in sources. That data you keep it separate folder. Important, unimportant, unimportant paper just simply omit. The important paper you keep it as it is. Then you write. Then whatever the thing available in literature survey, no, just you rewrite. Don't use any paraphrasing tool that will give the meaningless. Meaningless. Just you write yourself, simply rewrite the thing content, then you keep it ready. Finally, we can check it through English correction and all that. That's not a problem. But the content should be rewritten. Then another important aspect one to acknowledge and give the credit to the author is very important. These are all the things very useful to you. The Google Scholar is a very good platform for research scholar to pick the literatures. These are the literature survey area. But the literature survey area, very very lengthy area. We need lot of time to discuss, but we'll discuss one by one. See, then the another one is sampling techniques. There are a lot of sampling techniques available. See the sample technique, sampling, the sampling first, sampling is a process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from a larger population. Yes, there are larger population. See, internet banking customers in Chennai, for example, thousands customers are available. How can we pick based on that study? The based on that techniques, we have to we have to pick the samples. Sampling is a process used in a statistical analysis. It's a predetermined observation. We have to pick the people. We have to pick the samples. So the sample collection is a lot of options available. Sample collection, lot of options available, but the sampling technique, the finite population or infinite population, we need to segregate. Finite population is known population. The population, we can segregate it in two ways. One is finite population, another one is infinite population. Finite population is nothing but known population. Infinite population is nothing but unknown population. Known population, we use some technique. Unknown population, we need some technique. Even we can use some formulas, we'll get the sample size. We need the sample size. First, you write the sample frame and sampling technique and the sample size calculation. These are the things we must include in our study. Then methods of sampling from a population. There are n number of population systems available. Sampling system is available. Which one is very apt for our study? Then we'll choose that area. We choose that method in our study. Simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, stratified sampling, clustered sampling, convenience sampling, quota, judgment sampling, snowball sampling. That has been probability sampling and non-probability sampling method. Usually, the researchers they adopt the non-probability sampling method. Usually, that is the two method: probability sampling method and non-probability sampling method. These are all the things we discussed today. Hope it is very useful to all. If any queries, just you can raise.
Thank you, sir. Participants, if you have any doubts or clarifications, can put your comment in the box, comment box.
But I can see one of the gentlemen asked me, please share your screen. Mentally disturbed. I could not share my mentally disturbed. I don't know how I have to share that mentally disturbed. But it's a easy one, easy platform. Mentally disturbed is a easy platform for citation management. That is the free version, not paid one. Free version. Very simply, whatever the PDFs available, just you upload in mentally desktop, and whatever the literature you write, just simply quote it. That's all. We can use the time saving aspect on mentally desktop. EndNote software is available. That is the paid version. That is the paid version. But the Google Scholar platform, I already informed, Google Scholar platform is well enough for preparing literature survey. All the papers almost available. The top class journals like Springer, Sage, Emerald, Francis and Taylor, the Cogent, these are all the journals. There, all the papers they it comes in Google Scholar. Google Scholar is well enough, but systematically you have to collect. Custom range you put it and collect the data. One more sincere suggestion to the scholars: don't put the old reviews. Maximum try to put the new latest reviews. For example, now the 2020, we can go up to 2010, up to 2007. Don't go beyond that. Don't show the very old reviews. But try to, in case research paper, no, in case you are writing the research paper, they are saying only the new reviews. Another important aspect, in case you are focusing some of the top class journals like Emerald, Elsewhere, Sage, Science, they see only the good references. Good references. Always don't take the local references and all that. In case you are focusing to write the research paper, research paper format, just the research title, abstract, the keywords, then introduction. In case the people who want to write the research paper, I tell you the format of the paper. The first the title, abstract of the paper, then introduction area. The content should be introduced about the research topic. Introduction area. The first one introduction, then second part literature survey and development of hypothesis. One segment. For example, satisfaction. Then you write the literature. Attitude. You write the literature. Then develop the hypothesis. So literature survey and hypothesis. The third segment, research methods. Research methodology is very important. Research methodology is very important. What is the purpose? What is the nature of study? What is the method we are using? What technique we are using for the developing this paper? Sample size, sampling technique. What are the tools used for analysis? Then results. The next segment is result, only results. Don't give anything, only result. For example, demographic profile, put it demographic profile. Any T test, F test, just put it F test. In case you are showing any model, just you show the model. That's all. Then discussion. Discussion part is very important. We have to discuss elaborately based on the inferences, based on the outcome, we have to discuss. We have to discuss. So then managerial implication, then conclusion, finally citation. The purpose of using mentally desktop. Why I am insisting using mentally desktop? In case you are submitting paper on journal, they are accepting APS 8 papers. In case the same paper they rejected, so we focus to submit somewhere else. They are expecting MLA style. We cannot change manually. Once you connected the references in Mendeley desktop, just one simple click you can change entire references. That is the purpose I am insisting. That is the purpose I am insisting use the reference management tool for citing references. Any reference model we can change. Matter of one click we can change. That is the purpose I am insisting. All the people writing literature survey or writing paper use the reference management tool. That is a easy one that will helpful to you. That saves the times also. That's a time also. So this is a method they are accepting in journals. In journals they are accepting two ways. Number one, open access. Another one is closed access. Open access, we need to pay the APC. Article processing charges we have to pay. But the closed access journals, we need not pay any money. We need not pay any cash. Simply they will accept and review your paper, review your paper, review your paper, review your paper. Then finally they agree. Finally they accept. Once the paper accepted, automatically they will publish. Don't focus on cloned journals and all that. Don't focus cloned journals. One more humble request: the research scholars try to publish the papers in Scopus indexed journals like Cogent Business Management, PLOS One, Sustainability, MDPA, Francis and Trailer, Sage, InterScience, like this. These journals, you try to publish your paper will get lot of citations. Lot of citations. Even that will helpful to you for your career development also. Thank you all. I hope the 1 hour session is very useful to you. If you need any clarification, any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you all. So I also extend my sincere thank to management, the Krishnaswamy College, principal, head of the department, commerce as well as corporate, faculty members, and the coordinators for giving me the wonderful opportunity to discuss about the literature survey as well as sampling technique. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I now welcome Ms. Rupavati, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of BCom Corporate Secretaryship, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I feel greatly privileged and honored to propose the vote of thanks on this concluding day of the 7-day National Faculty Development Program organized by Department of Commerce in association with the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of our institution. First, I would like to thank our management. Our management always seek excellence. At this juncture, I thank our Honorable Chairman of Krishnaswamy Educational Trust and Managing Directors who always encourage us to reach higher standard. Our sincere thanks to respected Dean Dr. R. Revati, our beloved Principal Dr. Anita Rajendran for their continuous support and encouragement. I thank IQAC Coordinator Dr. J. Radha for her support and guidance. I would like to thank our guest speaker of the day, Dr. G. Vijayakumar, Assistant Professor and Research Supervisor, Department of Commerce, Sri Tagaraya College, for gracing today's session. Today's session was full of knowledge and interesting things. It gave deep insight into the topic and also revealed interesting facts. I'm pretty sure the precious knowledge that you shared with us will definitely help us in our research and future. I once again thank you, sir, for having spared your precious time and enlightening us. A special thanks to all the participants who have made this program a sounding success. I extend my sincere gratitude to all my fellow colleagues who helped in the proceeding of this program. I once again thank everyone for making this faculty development program successful. Thank you all.
Shall I leave, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.